Welcome back, my people. Do we got lots of things that we're gonna talk about today, and lots of things happening. I know the Euros is on the break, but yeah, we can't go on the break either. We gotta be here and chat to our fans and people that love football. I know those that love football, and they can't wait to get the news from wherever it's coming from. And I'll make sure I bring you the best that you need to hear, not just frame something up and bring it up here to just come over here and chat shit. I don't like doing that. Just want to come over here and be more realistic, relevant. So we're gonna talk about the Euro update, Euro update, and then also with the round of 16 in the Euros that concern the Euros also, and news. I mean, histories that have been made in the Euros since the Euros was being established in the when the Euros was being established. It was being established for just 4 teams, and then it went up to be 8 teams. Then it started getting bigger and bigger. We're gonna talk about some own goals that have come. I mean, has appeared in the Euros since the Euros was established up till now. So yeah, we're gonna see all that in here, guys. As it is from. So yeah, stay tuned. You and I can chat. We can chat here, whatever you have you want to talk about. Also, you have any questions besides my topic, you can bring it up here. We will talk about it. We'll keep things going. Yeah, we'll keep things nice and smooth. Bring your questions up. I know some people don't like my I have I have my I posted my my video, and then oh, hold on. Yeah, someone is. Yeah, people didn't like it, but yeah, it's about Jack Grealish also in the news. We're gonna talk about Jack Grealish. He's in the news, and then is Manchester City gonna call for up 100 million as Jack Grealish to pay for the service of Jack Grealish? Is Manchester City gonna cough up that amount of money for the hot kick Jack Grealish? Let me know where you're watching the stream from. And yeah, we're here. We're talking football. Yeah, nothing else to talk about. We're talking football as the Euros is on the break. So yeah, we're here. We're loving football. Euros will begin. The group stage is already set up. Belgium will be taking on Portugal. Then also Italy will be taking on Australia. As in the in order, France also will be taking on Switzerland. Croatia will meet with Spain. Sweden will be locking on with Ukraine. England will be taking on Germany. That's where my interest is. We got a lot to talk about that game that is coming up soon. England, Germany, Netherlands, Czech Republic, Wales, and Denmark. We will have to delve into those also. Plus, I have been. Yeah. So I'm going to start with the Euro update, like I've been doing for quite some time now, and updates in the Euros. I like to put up an update. A lot of people don't even know. Some of us don't know when the Euros started. And I made the videos about when the Euros started, the news about the Euros. And I've had today's update is all about the own goals. Own goals from the time that the Euros was being set up. The time that the Euros began, the own goals that have been in, and those that have contributed towards those own goals. And then since the Euros began, there have been 17 own goals. 17 own goals scored. But these Euro, I'm going to talk about these Euros alone. These particular Euros that we're playing now, which is 2020 Euros. the Euros alone have brought us 8 own goals. 8 own goals in just the 2020 Euros. And then it started from no one else but our own Ruben Diaz. The own goal started from Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz also in the news for the own goals. And then Marine Demiral of Turkey. Another own goal for Marine. He says Marie Demiral from Turkey. Wojciech Szczesny also against Szczesny of Poland also have another own goal. Szczesny. And also Matt Hummels of Germany. Another own goal. Ruben Diaz. Own goal. Rafael Guerrera. Own goals. Martin Dubravka and Juraj Kotka. Martin Dubravka of Dubravka and then Kotka of Slovakia. Those 8 players in the 2018 alone have given us lots of own goals. Are we gonna have more own goals in the 2020 Euros? Are we gonna have more, or it's just gonna stay like that? So that will be your Euro update, the Euro news, the Euro minute, whatever update is there for the Euros. And we see lots of players that have really stand out in the Euros. Who has been your most outstanding player in the Euro? If you're there, just send your message down there. I'll take the opportunity to read it out. Before we get back to the Jack Grealish, the transfer news, why it's gonna cost the most about 100 million for Jack Grealish to be able to move from Aston Villa to, if he has to join Manchester City. It will be a very big transfer for Jack Grealish and then Aston Villa. If really if really that Jack Grealish has to go to Man City with that amount of money, that would be stunning. That would be a very high transfer fee for Jack Grealish. I know everybody has his own opinion about Jack Grealish, his style of play. And with me, really, I know he's a very good player, but there's certain things that I don't like about Jack Grealish. I know lots of people like him, depending on what they see, the eye test. I have my own observation about Jack Grealish. He's a wonderful player, but there are certain attributes that I don't like from a certain player and what they do. Maybe people have not really been observant. Observation. Haven't really paid attention to some stuff that Jack Grealish does. But with me, I have my own opinion about Jackie Grealish. He's a very good player, no doubt about that. He's a good player, but he does something that really doesn't really work well for me. But yeah, it will help Manchester City a lot going forward, But I'll explain why I said Jack Grealish is not really my type of player. Because when I see Jack Grealish, I see a lot of how do you call it? I see a lot of Neymar in Jack Grealish in that sense. Now I'll explain to you why I see that. I really love players that can take people on. You know what I'm saying? I love players that can take people on one-on-one, which is a plus. But the only thing I don't like is when the player take people on, go and do the job, do the business, finish it, or make a great assist. Let somebody else finish it. But there are certain players in the game that always like to draw fouls to themselves. There's something that I've watched about Jack Grealish. When I watch Jack Grealish, he's so good on the ball that sometimes there are little things that he has to do to let the ball go. he still hold on to the ball, turn his back against the player for looking for a foul. And when I see a player does that, it really frustrates me a lot. And Neymar is the key, number one, on doing stuff like that. If you guys don't know, a lot of you guys have seen the hate, the comments about Neymar falling off, drawing fouls to himself, playing with the ball, sometimes doing necessary things that he doesn't really have to do. So these are some of the things that really doesn't draw me so much to. I know he's good holding on to the ball, going forward, but I always like to compare players like Lionel Messi, which I'm not comparing. I'm not trying to compare Lionel Messi to Jack Grealish or maybe Eden Hazard to Jack Grealish. They are different players. But then what I'm trying to compare is once you take a player on, finish it. Let's see. Let's us watching you see that this guy is taking somebody on. He's doing something. He's got to go. He took the player on from the middle. He dribbled. He did that. He got 1-2 pass. He had it. He still took another player on and he finished it. But I'm not trying to hold on to the ball, turn around 360 and face your back against to the opponent and trying to draw a foul to yourself. Yeah. I got some messages in the chat, and I'll take this moment to read them. So I have to acknowledge those that spent time watching me. I have to take that opportunity and acknowledge them in the chat. I have here my brother who always follow me everywhere I go. I like his contributions. Tommy, the CFC guy, say, what's up, Blue Clouds, you guys? It's the weekend. Absolutely. The weekend is here. Ankate from the RCBN Chelsea fan channel. He says, big up, Nee Zion. Thank you, brother, for being here and watching the stream. And then I also have a Chelsea perspective. He said, Germany vs England match will be a Chelsea show. Absolutely. I can't wait to see that game. I'm about to talk about that game here soon. Yeah. Can't wait to talk to that game. That game will be a hot to fire. Hot to fire. Kai Havertz is being the show guy of the tournament. He's having the best of tournaments so far. As young as he is. He's been the youngest player who have scored in the tournament so far. Yep. Kai Havertz is making history for himself. Super Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is there. And then also, I have my wonderful lady that follows me. Also says, I 123 love you, watching from Michigan, USA. Oh, so you're around here, USA. Thank God. I got one of our own people from here in USA watching the stream. Thank God for being here. Shout out to you. I 123 love you. And then also Chelsea perspective. Okay, this is a communication between him and RCBN. Yes, RCBN said Saka was great too. Yes, Saka was amazing player. He was being discovered and given that opportunity from our own man Unai Umre, Mr. Good Evening. Mr. Good Evening gave Saka a chance, and look at what he's proven. So there's always a chance that, and highly 80% chance that if you give these young players an opportunity for them to excel, yet they will. When they get opportunity, they will. But you don't underrate them and send them on loan all the time. How would you see the best of our players if you always send them on loan? And this specific statement is going to our own Chelsea Football Club that I support. But now I sit here as a neutral person. I support all the football clubs. That's what my channel, my brand is all for, supporting other football channels like other football clubs like Tottenham and Arsenal, the Manchester United, the Cities, the Villas, everybody. And I'm the top seeds is what I'm paying so much attention to, the top seeds. And then some other class one, any other team that pops up in the mid-table that is doing great, I'll also pay so much attention to that team. Yeah. Like I said, Jack Grealish is very, very, very expensive. 100 million. Why is Jack Grealish so expensive? Jack Grealish is so expensive because of he's got long term contract with Aston Villa. Long contract. I think he's got 4 years with Aston Villa. So taking that away from a great player, a good player as he is, you have to pay a lot of money to be able to secure the signature of Jack Grealish. He's not gonna come cheap because we all know he's hotcake. He's a local breed, local talent, English player, and you know how much it takes for the English players to go for. They're very expensive. It takes them. They always I mean, you have to spend a lot of money to get English players. As some people, you saw the price tag on Ben Chilwell when he was coming. Lots of Chelsea fans have lots of division. I mean, ideas, lots of ideas, and some don't like him, some like him because they want to see a ball playing player and left back. They want to see a left back that have that skills before they can admit you. No doubt about that. Ben Chilwell is a good player, but the price tag that was being set on him was way ridiculous. For a left back, it was ridiculous. But then he's a good player. He's done best, but he's not, not super good. But he's a guy that can do the job for you if you put a trust in him and give him a chance to grow. So he's still on the learning course. He's still learning and he's still growing up as a young player. We hope to see more from Ben Chilwell and then we'll see what he can provide next season. Because next season is gonna be a hell of a fight. Chelsea are going all out. Chelsea have to fight for the trophy, the Premier League trophy next season. And also lots of teams will be updating, will be buying players just like Manchester United are still fighting for the signature of Jadon Sancho. Borussia Dortmund won 90 million. Manchester United said they want to pay 75 million. Is it a club that really want to get to the top? You're bargaining for a good player, a Jadon Sancho, 90 million. You're going behind the Borussia Dortmund, talking to the agents, not talking to the club. You want to pay 90 million for the service of Jadon Sancho? I don't think so. He's a good player. We've seen him in the Bundesliga. But also, I don't know what Manchester United are looking at. They could be right in some way. We should ask ourselves, why is Jadon Sancho not, playing in the Euros? Is it that Gary Southgate doesn't fancy him? Is it that Gary Southgate doesn't like his attribute and style of play? What is it that Jadon Sancho does wrong? Or what is it that is not doing right? Is he not putting the shift? Because training grounds, I'm not there during the training services. So I don't know what Jack Grealish is not really doing right. Why he's not getting service to the English team. But yeah. Chelsea perspective in the chat says Nee would pay 100 million for Jack Grealish. Me, I will not pay 100 million for Jack Grealish. No way. Like I've already said to you guys, Jack Grealish is not my kind of a player. He likes to draw fouls to himself too many times. He's a good talent, but if you take that aspect of his game away, I'll love him. He's a good player, but then he's the kind of guy that always like to draw fouls. And if it's a player who's always drawing fouls to himself, I always have a problem with that kind of a player. Neymar does the same thing, and I hate it. I hate when Neymar does that. You can tell he's on his course, he's going to do something, and then he turn his back to the defender or whoever is tackling him, and then wants to use his butt, push his player away, trying to draw a foul. That is why he's one of the most fouled players in the Premier League. His contribution holding on to the ball is great, but how many goals does he score? A player that holds on to the ball, that takes people on, should get more goals. You should get lots of goals. guys that are watching, you can correct me. How many goals has Jack Grealish scored? I'm not really sure about that. But if you know, you can just send it to me. As I said, I don't know everything, but yet whatever we know, we bring it out here and then we all talk. You guys, some of you that have been watching might know even much more better than I have. I know over here. The only difference between me here and then you watching me is maybe I have the platform to be able to come over here and talk to you. But nowadays, everybody's creating platform to be able to integrate with supporters and fans with football clubs. So, yeah, Chelsea perspective said Neymar has actually become better. Yes, if he's only taking that kind of a play and then drawing fouls into himself out of the game, he's definitely going to be a great player. We've seen lots of players in the past, the Zicos, the Maradonas, the Pelé, the Iniestas. Those players don't do that. They concentrate on the game. They concentrate most on the time on the game. Who we have to give the passes to. They have to run into empty space. They have to play players in. They have to get the ball and finish it. That's what makes you a world-class player. So, yeah. Jack Grealish, like I said, very expensive, but a good player. But if he really sit down and take, like I said, if he takes some of my advice, it will really help him, because we've seen. I started watching my first World Cup. I think it was in the either the 1990 World Cup. Yep, that was the first time I watched my first World Cup. So I've been in the sports fraternity for quite a long time. And when I see a good player, I know who a good player is. If you guys can remember the 1990 World Cup, that was when Cameroon eliminated Argentina, where Roger Milla was dancing and Maradona was crying. It was crying like a baby. If you guys can remember that 1990 World Cup, yeah, I watched it. I watched that game, and I watched the 1994 in the USA with Alestin Lalas and then all those wonderful players. So yeah, I've been in the game for quite a long time. Not just yesterday, not just a decade. 1990. I watched 1990 World Cup. Tommy the CFC said, "Do you think any Haaland news, and do you think we will win everything with Haaland?" As of now, from what I've read and what I've heard, Haaland is interested in the project that Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea have. The Thomas Tuchel and the Chelsea project. Haaland is interested in it. But do we have to pay 150 million for a young player who has never played in the Premier League before? And not forget, Chelsea is a team, it's a club that has had history with spending big on big name players that never excel in our club. I watched one of these Coachula's Chelsea Perspective stream quite some time ago, and they mentioned about players that Chelsea have paid big money for that never excel. So are we learning anything from the past? Or we're still being Chelsea, just throwing money around? If Haaland really wants to be at Chelsea, then we can wait next season. If indeed Haaland wants to be at Chelsea, we can wait next season and say, Haaland, your price tag is now 60. It's down. You haven't played in the Premier League before. Are we going to give you a chance and see how it goes? So it will be a 50-50 way. So it's not going to be like Haaland came into Chelsea and took all our money away, but yet he did not live up to your expectation. 60 won't be that bad if we have to wait next summer and bring Haaland. If he really buy the project, if you really love the project that Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel has, why not? If a player really wants to be in a club, nothing can stop that player. Nothing can stop that player. If Mbappe wants to go to Real Madrid, nothing can stop Mbappe from going to Real Madrid. If Mbappe really wants to play, we shouldn't entice players with money. Football is better than that. Enticing the player with money, he loves the money, but yet when it comes and he's not proving, he's not scoring the goals, he's not doing the job that you expect him to do, then there's going to be a pressure. There's going to be pressure coming out from the club, the fans, onto that player. And that is when the players start to fumble. The players start to fumble because there's so much pressure coming on him. He came in with a big price tag, 150 million. Wages, almost 400 million. 400 pounds, sorry, 400,000 pounds a week or 300 pounds a week. But yet he's not living up to expectation. These are the things we have to put into consideration. We've seen the likes of Fernando Torres, Abramovich, his own player, Andrei Shevchenko, Ukrainian international Andrei Shevchenko, we bought him from AC Milan, brought him to Chelsea. At that time, Shevchenko was going through injuries already. We gave him time. Chelsea gave him time to recover from his injury that he suffered at AC Milan before we bought him. He came to Chelsea and did not live up to expectation. He couldn't score the goals but he scored a wonder goal. But he couldn't score the goals that we expected. We saw from him the same thing. Fernando Torres. Fernando Torres did the same thing. We saw lots of chances, me and you. Fernando Torres fumbled it. It's just there was no one in the pole. There was no goalkeeper. It was just Fernando Torres and the goal. But then he redeemed himself. Lots of people see that transfer to be valuable because of the goal he scored against Barcelona. It was a vital goal. It was a really, really vital goal that took us to the finals of the 2012 Champions League. So people have their opinion about that goal and then now. We spent so much money on Alvaro Morata, almost about 70 million. 70 million for Alvaro Morata. Where did we end us? Morata for that much money. We didn't really see what he did. So we have to think otherwise. They are equal good players with not a big name. Look at this Swedish international. He's a player I have been scouting right now. Alexander Isak. Man, that guy is a good player. Alexander Isak is very good on the ground with both feet. You want to see dribblings. A player that can score goals. He plays his teammates in the game. 1-2 passes, you can get that from Alexander Isak. A wonderful player. If Chelsea have to go into a striker, if they really need a striker right now and Haaland is not ready, go and get that guy as an alternative and put him down for now. Because I remember when there was Didier Drogba, there was a guy called Solomon Kalou who will get us goals when Drogba is down. He's going on a drought. Let me look at the I got some comments and then brothers joining the chat soon after. Acknowledge them like I do all the time. This is Chelsea Perspective said Man City sure do know how to spend money. I think that is he's trying to be sarcastic over here. Yeah, I think so. That's what he's trying to make it sound. I'm not sure, but that he's trying to make it he's trying to sound sarcastic over here. And then same Chelsea Perspective said, Lalas, what a player he was, but not a good pundit. Absolutely not a good pundit. He was a good player with his long beards in defense. Alston Lalas in the US 94 game. Yeah, I remember that game. Absolutely. And then Tommy the CFC said, "I wish we had a player like what this Ali, Gallas, Terry, Cavallo in our defense right now, but we need to find the center back." What? Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. I won't disagree with you on that, but remember that I don't think Chelsea has a lot of problem with center back situation now. Our team is quite good to challenge any team in the Premier League. If Tuchel goes in with the same formation, with a little inclusion, our center back situation, the back three or back four that we're gonna have, we have equal players. Rudiger has been immense. He has been immense in the Chelsea team with the back three. Rudiger is very suitable and very good with the back three. We have McGahey, who will be coming from Swansea. All these players will be assessed in the summer. All these defenders will be assessed in the summer. We have Melansar also coming from FC Porto. These guys will also be assessed in the summer. Yeah, more messages, and also all acknowledge this brother over here, DJ South. It's been a long time. I'll get hold of you to have you on the channel one-on-one and talk about summer issues. DJ South, my brother. Thanks a lot for being here. It's been a long time since we chat. DJ South, nice being here. Some great point here. Okay, Chelsea. DJ South said, "Oh, it has to do with Chelsea perspective." Yeah, he said, "I remember Lalas." Everybody remember Alessandro Lalas in the U.S. defense. What immense and then tormented defender he was in that competition. Like I was saying, we should look other way. We don't have to put all our eggs in one basket where Haaland will take our entire transfer. I don't think that we have to put all our eggs in one basket and wait for Helen Haaland. After doing all that, who knows what Helen Haaland will do in the Premier League? After doing all that, waiting for Haaland to get in here. We don't have to do that. We have to trust in other players that we have. Let's check on this wonderful guy, Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak. If you guys haven't checked him out, go check him out now. Unbelievable player. Unbelievable player. And his price tag wouldn't be that much compared to Erling Haaland. Real Sociedad, that's where he plays. He played in Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, he's been through ranks that has really modified his style of play. He's been through coaches and that have really worked on this guy. Alexander Isak is a player that we have to look up to. He's a wonderful player. I love his style of play. How he uses his left foot and right foot. I haven't seen much of his goals coming from the air. So I mean, in that aspect, he can work on it. But then he's a player that can come in, that can really come in and do magic. Yes, Alexander Isak is a player that we can also looking for. What you guys think about that player? What do you guys think? Have you really seen him play? Do you guys know his style of play? Alexander Isak, do you guys really know his style of play? Do you think he's a player that can come in and help Chelsea? If we can remember, there are players, like I said, players that have come in and did not do anything. The players that came in did not cost so much, but yet they live up to expectation. And then also, I don't want to forget this, which is part of the Euro update that I put up. If you guys know the record holding player in the international men's football competition, the record-holding player across the world, which is Ali Dia. Ali Dia in his a message Cristiano Ronaldo and congratulate Cristiano Ronaldo for tying up the international goals for 109 in all competitions, which Cristiano Ronaldo, superhuman being, Cristiano Ronaldo has tied up with the record of Ali Dia. And then the people that are making the record was Godfrey Chitalu, who has 79 goals. I'm trying to start it from the bottom to the top. Godfrey Chitalu, 79 goals, international goals competition across the globe. And also Puskas. If you guys know the Puskas, Ferenc Puskas. If you guys know the Puskas Award, where the award that goes on, and then they give up the best goals of the tournament. There's a Puskas Award. Remember, Olivier Giroud's goals was being contested in the Puskas Award some time ago. That he did not win the Scorpion goal, but he didn't win it. Somebody else won it. If you guys could remember that, yeah, the Puskas Award. That Puskas guy he was phenomenal. He was scoring goals, in all angles. And then also we have Mokhtar Dihari, also with the 89 goals. And then the second on the league log is Cristiano. Unbelievable. Age 36, still making history in every place. He said, if you guys don't know what Cristiano Ronaldo said, he said, "Look, I don't follow history. History follows me." So yes, history follows Cristiano Ronaldo everywhere he goes. Ali Dia is the leading talisman based on his name. The AL comes before CRS, Cristiano. So now, although Cristiano have tallied with his record, he still stays on top for now until Cristiano Ronaldo scores any more goals to overcome his record. But yeah, superhuman. Cristiano Ronaldo can do it again because he hasn't retired yet, and it's not looking like he's gonna retire here soon. Unbelievable player that he has been, that has saved, that have made lots of people happy, and people watch Cristiano Ronaldo. They're happy. Whenever the Champions League is there, they're waiting to see what Cristiano Ronaldo is going to do. He's an unbelievable talent, unbelievable player. So yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo has made history. He makes history all the time. Everywhere he goes, he's right there. Now we're gonna talk about what you guys make of the pairing, the round of 16, Belgium, Portugal. Which one do you guys are going in for? Belgium, Portugal, Italy, Australia, Italy and Austria, France, Switzerland, Croatia, Spain, Sweden, Ukraine, England, Germany, Netherlands, Croatia, Czech Republic, and Wales playing Denmark. Which game are you guys willing to see? Oh, I have another message from Chelsea. From I123 love you, and she said, criticism of the unfairness, especially in the extra time of obliging the home team to score twice when the away team has scored. That's what she wrote up here. Any ties still level after 2 matches will go to extra time. Penalties. UEFA believe their decisions will make for a fair contest. What do you think? Yeah, that has to do with the FIFA scrap out the away goal rule. It divides opinion, because now it's gonna be like when you're playing away, you don't have to You don't have to put so much time in playing away, because this is what makes the competition a little bit more exciting. Because every player, every team that goes in away, they know there is an away goal that counts, so they want to put in all their best to be able to get a goal. So when they come home, it will help them to be able to see through or go to the next stage of the competition. But as you said, any tie will level after 2 matches, will go to extra time and penalties. UEFA believes the decision will make for a fair contest. What do you think? I think that also makes sense. I won't disagree with you on that. That also makes a lot of sense, though. It makes a lot of sense in the way that if you are an away team and you're not going to put in the effort to get a goal whilst you're playing away, then when it's tied, you guys play penalty. And I know for sure, because I've played the game not in the highest level before, but I know for sure that lots of people don't like playing penalty shootout because it goes either way. It could be a 50-50 thing playing penalties. No one has the edge, because we've seen lots of penalty takers back in the days, big name players misses it. And I'll give you guys one of these misses. Roberto Baggio. If you guys know what happened to Roberto Baggio almost lost his life. Roberto Baggio was being attacked. I think it was a US 94 World Cup tournament. I stand the point of correction. That was when Roberto Baggio misses that penalty. That could take them to the, I think either they were winning the World Cup finals or they were moving to the final. I think Italy was playing Brazil in that World Cup final, and Roberto Baggio missed that penalty. That was one of the misses that I'll never forget it. We've seen David Beckham missing a great penalty just across the bar. After that penalty was being missed, you know what happened? They auctioned that ball that David Beckham kicked. And you can imagine how much money they made out of that ball. That ball alone. That should tell you how brand people can be, how people have brand themselves, the package that comes to them. Up to now, David Beckham he can just get on the field and play a little bit of a friendly match, exhibition match, and you won't believe how much people will set on the field to watch David Beckham do some crosses. So yeah, that away goal rule, the way FIFA have said it, it makes a lot of sense. If nobody scores, if you go away and no one scores, then we go to a penalty shootout. It makes a lot of sense, and I agree. I buy with that decision. I have another brother in the chat. He says, "Big up, bro." What's his name? Ryan? Is it Ryan? Ryan Star? I can't say the last name. I don't want to ruin people's name on the channel. It's not good to do that. Yeah, but Ryan, big up, brother. Big up being here. Send your messages in, whatever. We're talking about the FIFA scrap the away goal rule. Euro update. I gave some Euro updates. The number of own goal scores in the 2020 Euros already. The number of own goals that have been scored in the competition. And also, the Jack Grealish price tag that he could move to Manchester City for 100 million. That's Jack Grealish really worth that amount of money to be able to move to to Manchester City. And will Manchester City pay that amount of money on Jack Grealish? It's up to you guys, the viewers. Let me know what you guys think. And then also the round of 16 games, the tide is up. You let me know which one is really the one that you're looking up for. Because over here I have my interest, the team that I'm really interested in looking to see lots of our Chelsea players going toe to toe with each other is the Germany and an England game. Can England do magic? Is it coming home like they said? Can England do magic? Can this go beyond the Germans? Only God can tell. So let's see what the English can do. And also, I wanted to thank you guys all for being here and being part of the show. I'm not ending now. I'm not ending the show now, but I'll try and be here for an hour. And then once the hour is up, I'll leave you guys with Leo Desperando. Like I say, send your comments in, send your questions in, and then I'll take time to read them. And then we can talk about your question besides what I have here. But I'll be looking up to the English game. And I want to ask you guys a question. Who has been your standout player in the Euros so far as we've gotten to the round of 16? Who has been your standout player, your standout team? Because I knew that the Italians were going to be very difficult to beat concerning the number of games that they've gone through to this period, and they haven't lost any. And then also, yeah, Tommy CSC said German versus England game we have a starting. Yeah, we're having a starting lineup of Mount, James, Havertz, Rudiger, Mount. He said Mount twice. Yeah, Mount. Oh, Mount tested negative today. Whoa, that's great. I don't know about the French team. French team is going through a lot of problems right now. They're going through a lot of players that are going through the virus. They tested negative and positive here and there. So yeah. Let's see. Well, did I miss any of the chat? Oh, Chelsea Perspective said, yeah, why the heck did they scrap it? Chelsea Perspective. See, like I tried to explain earlier on, you know, football, it's a game with the most rules in the world. There's no other game that has much rules as football has. No other game in the world. But then the game is played simple. It looks very simple, but it's got lots and lots of rules. The most game with lots of rules. I mean, the game with lots of rules to play in the world. No other game matches the rules that football has. They have laws, law 1 to law 30 something. What a referee does, rules, where to kick the ball, what you have to do. You don't have to touch the ball with your hands. But yeah, I think they're trying to, if you can go back to what the lady said about what FIFA believe that it's a good decision that will be fair to both clubs or both teams that are playing in the game. If you're going away and no one scores, then we have to go for a penalty shootout. I think this will also help lots of our players to learn how to take penalties because there will be more penalty shootouts in the competition. Let's say you have a team like Atletico Madrid who would like to sit on the back and doesn't want to play the game. All they want to do is play a low block and they're not interested in winning the game. And then you have a team like Barcelona, a team like Chelsea, Manchester City. Excuse me. I'm getting dry throat. Just want to drink something. I wonder what the radio presenters and then the pundits and a lot of people that do talk on the TVs and the radios, what they go through when they start getting dry throat for talking almost about an hour. Yeah, like I said, we have lots of teams that don't want to pay any attention in what is going on. They're not interested in scoring the goal. They want to sit back, low block. And that's what some teams are doing. And they make the game very boring. Okay, if you want to sit in a low block, you don't want to play. Yeah, I'm coming in, I'm going to play. Then we go to penalty shootout. And let's see who has good players to take penalty shootout. And that is when you be wondering, man, I have to do something. Because I can just not have a low block and just sit down. I have to do something. So that will force a lot of teams to be able to come out and play, not to sit down and relax. So I believe if we're able to do that, it will help us a lot. Yep. So I don't know. I don't know. But I think FIFA is just trying to make the game look much more fair to a lot of people. Yeah, fair to a lot of people. So I agree. What all do you guys have, people? I'm happy to see a lot of people in the chat. Just some come and go, some stays. But good thing when they come up, they always leave a like on the video for me. 10 likes on the video, and it's impressive. I'm happy with that. At least I'm here to talk to wonderful people, people that come and listen one way or the other. Yep. Any more questions? Oh, I got a lot of questions from Tommy CFC. It says bye Declan Rice said at his price. Declan Rice said at his price. I mean at the press conference. Sorry. Declan Rice said at his press conference. What did he say? Oh. Oh, Tommy said NBA has the most rules. I'm not so sure, Tommy. I'm not so sure if NBA has the most rules. We can look into that. I'll make that research and find out. But I mean, some years ago, I remember I had that from somewhere, but I haven't really made the research about it. But I feel football, which is soccer, has lots of rules in the game than any other competition. Do I think we can get Haaland? Haaland, yeah. I think Chelsea will go in for Haaland, depending on how much money they're thinking of splashing on Helen Haaland. That is the only thing. How much money is Chelsea looking to splash on Helen Haaland? And I saw some fake news somewhere else that says when I exit ruled out. It says, and I can read this to you guys. There were a few surprises, rumors a few weeks ago that Chelsea forward Timo Werner could be under consideration by Real Madrid. However, the striker's agent has come out and said that he is not looking to leave Stamford Bridge this summer. Lots of rumors, fake news. And then also we have here, like I said, some breaking news from the Premier League now. And it has been suggested that Manchester City are close to sealing €100 million deal for Jack Grealish, like I said over here. And this is coming from it's coming from Mail Online, who suggested that a deal for the Aston Villa midfielder could be announced after Euro 2020. I'm not trying to bring you guys so much of a transfer news because there's so many fake news. And then you also have to remember players that we're all talking about. Lots of these players are on international duty. They're playing the Euros. Some are playing the Confederation. Is it CONCACAF? No, it's not CONCACAF. Oh, sorry. The South American competition. What is it called? Oh man, you think too much and you can't even get it. Yeah, the club and the competition that goes on in the South America, where the Brazilian and the Ecuadors and the Argentines play. What's the name again? Oh man, I can't remember. Yeah, so we have lots of European players also playing in those competitions. So it is the transfer news and stuff like that has been down for now. It will rise up again right after the Euros come to an end. So I'm not really gonna come up here. And if you follow me on Twitter, I have a segment that I do daily news that I'm trying to read and get some new news that are a bit more relevant, and I bring it to you guys to look. So if you don't follow me, and if you don't follow me, try and get some of my news on Twitter. I mean, it's very interesting. You can follow up and then read some of the news. Yeah. So now I'm gonna talk about this. And you guys tell me what is going on with Tottenham Hotspur. Why every team, every coaches, I mean all coaches are running away from Tottenham Hotspur. What is going on? Can someone tell me what is going on, people? Can someone tell me what is going on with Tottenham Hotspur? They went in. They now want Nuno Esperanto Santos, but Tottenham fans do not want to see Nuno Esperanto Santos at Tottenham Hotspur because of his style of play. When you go on Twitter, when you go on social media, they have it there. Say no to Nuno Esperanto Santos at our club. They don't want Nuno playing at their club because of the style of play. They were linked with Lopetegui. Lopetegui, who used to be the former Real Madrid coach and also the Spanish national team coach, and also now the team of I think Villarreal or Real Sociedad, the team that played with I think Manchester United. Yeah, what is going on? Lopetegui, 10 Tottenham Hotspurs down, and then also who else? They tried to go in for Mauricio Sarri before Sarri went to Lazio. It didn't work either. But guys, I know Tottenham Hotspur are struggling trying to find a coach, but don't rule out Tottenham Hotspur next season. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because Tottenham Hotspur have a great football person, a great how would I call it? What's the right name for it? A great sporting director, a director who has been awarded sporting director of the year for the past decade in Italy. Fabio Paratici. Paratici is an Italian scouting director who has worked for Juventus for the past decade. He's been with Juventus when Juventus won Scudetto back to back 9 times in a row. That is a scouting director that Tottenham Hotspur have. So if they do their homework very well and they do things right and they're able to get the right manager, Tottenham Hotspur will be a difficult team to beat next season. Because Paratici knows the job. Paratici knows the job very well. And he can bring good players. And I want, like I always say, I always like to see Paratici. I always like to see Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, West Ham United, Crystal Palace, all these teams playing at their best. Do you know why? If they play their best, that is when Chelsea becomes more extraordinary. Chelsea becomes extraordinary because those teams will push Chelsea out of the element to be able to become much more exciting team. So Paratici here at Tottenham Hotspur is he's one of the best sporting directors that Daniel Levy has done. Great business for Daniel Levy. But then they have to look for the right coach to be able to coach these players. Got Paratici. Paratici will scout good players. Paratici will bring in good players in. But then we have to focus on the manager. Now they're looking to Nuno Esperanto Santos. Nuno Esperanto Santos is not a coach that played free-flowing football. And we've seen free-flowing football with Mauricio Pochettino when he was coaching Tottenham Hotspur. So Tottenham Hotspur want to follow the same pattern and bring in a coach that will play exciting football, not a coach that will play 5 defense and play a low block and wouldn't want to attack. And they only want to focus on long balls and hit and team on the break and that kind of thing. He wants a team that will play good possession football, free-flowing football. So when you go to social media, they have over there, say no to Nuno Esperanto Santos. We don't want him there. And I don't disagree with Tottenham Hotspur's fans. I want them to do well. Because when Tottenham Hotspurs are playing their best, that is when Chelsea plays better. We know we're the top of London team. There's so many variations. Who is the best team in London? People say it's Arsenal. Some people say it's a debate that I want to have on my channel very soon. But I'll spend time and look for the people that will come for that debate. And I'm trying to find out players from both teams, one player from Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal, and then start the debate. And the Chelsea, if I can get one from Crystal Palace. But for me, I'll never take that. When we talk about the local league, I'll say Arsenal are the top in England. But when you go international, Champions League, international competition, like and I won't say international, I'll say European competition, Chelsea is far, far bigger than Arsenal. Because when you talk about the FA Cup, Arsenal are miles away from Chelsea. The Premier League, they haven't won the Premier League for a very long time, but Arsenal has more than Chelsea. And also people say, oh, Arsenal did this, but lots of these trophies that Arsenal won in those days, well, even in the time that we have before the First World War. But I'll still not take that away from Arsenal fans. They've done incredible. Even if they won those trophies in the First World War, at the end of the day, they were still playing football. Where were Chelsea? Where was Chelsea when Arsenal was winning all those trophies? And at that time, they invested well. So now, where's Arsenal? Chelsea's investing well. So it's this argument and this debate. Sometimes it's debatable, but sometimes it doesn't make sense to me. The fact that Chelsea has more European competition trophies and Arsenal doesn't, it doesn't mean that Chelsea is bigger than us. If you want to be biased, if you want to be how will I say it? If you want to be banter, then you can come over here and say, hey. But I stand to say that Arsenal has still a big club. Although things are not going well for them, it took us almost about 30 years or 50 years to win our trophy, our first Premier League trophy. Yeah. It took us that long of a period to win it. But since we started winning it, and then Roman Abramovich invested right to the club, spent money on big name players, Chelsea has become one of the biggest teams in European football. You can write now, as it is, you can write the history of the Champions League without leaving Chelsea out, or without saying anything about Chelsea. Then the history of Champions League is not complete. So is Real Madrid. So is Nottingham Forest. So we have to do, and also I just want to go back in front of the game. I keep going back in front. We have to do something different. Absolutely, we have to do something different concerning the striker. Are we gonna rely on Erling Haaland all summer if the transfer saga is gonna be very difficult to get Haaland? We still need an alternative striker. And I expect Chelsea to go in for Alexander Isak. Yep, Alexander Isak. Let me check something out here real quick. Alexander Isak. If you guys have really seen this guy very well, I've watched him. I've watched like I always said to myself, I'm not the kind of guy that dwell on YouTube clips to scout a player. But I've watched this guy. I've watched him play. I've watched this guy play in the Euros. He's unbelievable player. He's 1.92 meter tall. That's his height. This guy is just 21 years old. His market value is 44 million. Yep, that's his market value. Alexander Isak worth $44 million. So it's not even pounds, not even euro. It's $44 million. And like I said, back in the days when we were playing, we were scoring all these goals. We had a one Didier Drogba. We have a Fernando Torres. We have Nicolas Anelka. We have Solomon Kalou. We have equal players that can come back from the bench and put in a shift. Very, very good players. Very, very good players. So Alexander Isak will be a player that Chelsea have to look out for. He's won the German Cup winner. He's the German Cup winner with Dortmund. He's won the German Cup. So he's a cup winner. He's won the Spanish Cup too. That is the guy. 44 million. 44 million. He's a Swedish international. And I know the background of this guy. I know the background, and that will be in another video. I'm going to talk about this guy. Is a player that I've scouted. So I am going to bring you some news about this guy here soon. He's unbelievable talent. He's unbelievable talent, and we have to look into it. He's played 100% in starting 11s, 84% minutes, goals participation, 25% goals participation. You know, in the Euros, he started all their games. He's appeared 3 times, no yellow card, no red card. He's got 1 assist. He's playing very well. I mean, if we need a player that can also challenge our main striker, this guy can do it. Can do a deal, man. He can do a deal, guys. Caps and goals and center forward. We have to look into it and see what we can get from Alexander Isak. A great player. All right, guys, I've done 70 minutes of live streaming here, and I know everybody got something to do. I thank you guys here for being here. Thank you guys for watching the stream for me. It means a lot to me. It means a lot. You guys drop your likes and everything. 12 likes on the stream. It's not that bad. And I know some will take a chance and watch the stream after it's being posted. Thank you for being here. Blue Clouds TV wants to leave you guys with Leo Desperados. Thank you for all those have been in the chat. Is there anything that I have to read? Oh yeah, Tommy CSP. Tommy CSP said 9 managers have rejected Spurs soon. 11 Spurs soon. 11 becomes Nuno. Probably gonna reject the Gattuso. Gonna reject and Gattuso gonna reject Spurs too. Tommy, don't be salty over here, please. Yeah, absolutely. That's the name. CONCACAF Cup Nations that is going on in the South America right now, which Messi and Brazil, and then also Neymar and Argentina has been very, very, very impressive. I tried. Don't think I got it wrong. I know what I was saying. I said Messi and Brazil, and then Neymar and Argentina. I'm trying to just go across of countries and then players. So yeah. CONCACAF is going on, and it's been incredible. It's been incredible play. Brazil is looking unstoppable. Argentina is looking unstoppable. I don't know who is where how far they've got right now, but I've been reading the news about it. Yeah. Tommy CFC also said Real Sociedad Isaac Club wants 95 million for him. I say no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Isaac, no, they don't want 95 million for him. No. It's never true. Tommy, it's never, never, never true. It's never true. Absolutely never true. His price tag, if you go to the transfer market USA, that is where you can see the price tag of Alexander Isak. He's just 44 million, not anywhere near 95 million for him. I say no, no, no. It's not. Tommy, it's never 95 million. It's just 44 million dollars, not pounds, not euros. So he's a player that we can also look in for. I know there have been a lot. He's good. He dribbles. He's a center forward that dribble with left and the right. And remember, players that are coming from the Spanish league, there is something that they always bring to the table. They pay so much attention to detailing. The details. Talking about the final third, when to give out the right pass and stuff like that. That is what the Spanish teams really pay close attention to. So if we can get a player that is in the Spanish coming from the Spanish team that is more technical, why not? You know, because a lot of our players are more direct. If you have someone who's a bit more technical that can give the final pass right as a center forward, that's great. That'll be wonderful. So we have to look out to this player and see what we can get from him as the tournament goes on. You guys keep your eyes on Alexander Isak. He's a good player. He'll be playing. They'll be playing. Sweden will be playing Ukraine, and I'll be looking forward to see that game because I like the Ukrainians very much because of Andrei Shevchenko, the unbelievable talent he plays for the club. Yeah, so far I think I've gone through lots of the messages. Tommy said Romano says they're looking around 95 million for him. I don't know where Tommy you get that information from, but I won't disagree with you because everybody knows something. Everybody got to read something and they'll come up with something. So yeah, I won't disagree with you if Fabrizio Romano, but I'm looking. I wish I could share the screen. I don't know. I wish I could share my screen so see it. If not, then no. Because this new settings that I haven't got that streaming thing yet. But if it works, that'll be nice. I don't want to mess around here. See. Oh, yeah, I wish I could share my screen, not to sell it. But yeah, I'm looking at the screen right now. I'll send you the link. I'll put the link in the chat so you guys can click on it and find out for yourself. The link is right there. I'll copy the link and then drop it in the chat for you to check it out. That's the link right there. Tommy, you can click on it and then check that link out. Will you ever do a setup tour? Are you talking about where you can call in and have you say? Is that what you're talking about? All right. Tommy, check that link out. And I want to leave you guys with Leo Desperandos and it's been people got stuff to do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. See you guys again. the next live stream. And then don't worry, next time I'll send the link so you guys will be able to call in. Tell me if you're willing to call in. I'll get that thing ready for you next time so you can call in. Thanks for watching. See you guys again. Bye-bye.